ready for the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Drehzahl hoch und ab geht's. Attacke. Dramatic start.
Das ist doch Autorennen.
So much action.
Das ist doch geil, oder?
Absolutely glued together. 3 abreast.
Das ist ganz hohe Fahrkunst.
Round the outside and he spins.
The Porsche Carrera Cup Deutschland, the fast one-make cup now in its 34th season with more than 30 drivers from 12 nations. All of them are operating this car, the Porsche 911 GT3. The standard cup vehicle boasts 510 horsepower and is geared up for a total of 16 races this year, like here in the Netherlands.
Welcome in Zandvoort.
He is the current leader. Loek Hartog, the young Dutchman, has already triumphed at Spa and Hockenheim. Behind him is teammate Larry Tenforte and the Briton Harry King. A three-way battle appears to be in the works. But in the fast one-make Porsche Carrera Cup Deutschland, the season is still quite long. On hand in the here and now. Motorsport is everything to me. It's my life. My name is Loek Hartog. I race in the Porsche Carrera Cup Deutschland. It's my 3rd year in this championship and I'm competing for GP Elite. I'm 20 years old and we're now here at Zandvoort. Here, directly by the sea on the Dutch North Sea coast. Zandvoort is very special for me personally. It's 20 kilometers from my home. I was 3.5 when I first came here. Back then, his father Michael takes him to a race for the first time. I had a ticket for the DTM in the dunes, together with my father. He was a motorsport mechanic. I had the opportunity to go karting here at the track, and I had my first Porsche Carrera Cup podium here. July 2021, Loek Hartog crosses the finish line in 2nd place as a very proud father looks on. The road to motorsport hasn't always been easy. Motorsport is expensive. When I entered this world, my dad was 19 years old. He worked hard to get the money together so I could start karting. So just being here is a real dream come true. Today, the now successful Loek Hartog is racing in the Porsche Carrera Cup Deutschland. His father always likes to look back at how it all began.
The first time we went to a go-kart track, I saw his eyes and he wanted to learn so badly. So he, like a sponge, all the information, I told him all the basics about braking, steering. Braking is more important than accelerating.
Their favorite track, of course, is Zandvoort. In my eyes, the old track prior to 2020 was better. It was a bit like a mini Nordschleife at the Nürburgring. But the big new corner is also a new challenge and tends to bring the whole field together. He's done lots of practice laps here. Now he's the leader in the championship standings. When you say championship leader, I get goosebumps. I didn't expect that. But I also can't forget how much work it's been from last year to this season. I have many great people helping me. I don't know how to thank them all. The support is incredible and gives me extra motivation. Loek Hartog drives for GP Elite. His teammate is 2-time champion Larry Tenforte. Luke's an awesome guy. He's always in a good mood and has great respect for everyone on the team. There is genuine togetherness and no antagonism. On the track, we're competitors as everyone is out to score points, but we still all wear the GP Elite cap just the same. Lessons from the 2-time champion and moving forward. Perhaps the best thing that happened to me is that I didn't become a junior for this season, but of course that's the goal for next year. His hobbies, nearly all typical. Sim racing, cycling, running. Coffee was also a hobby, barista. But motorsport is very time-consuming. It doesn't leave you with a lot of free time. If you desire to win, there's much you must endure, at least a little bit before the races. I'm very tall and my back is a bit of a problem, my weak point.
What is weak point in German? Schwachpunkt. Okay.
Okay, interviews are my weak point. On the weekends, I think I do between 10 to 12 hours of exercise. That's quite a lot of cardio for me, running and cycling. I'm very tall and it's not easy to maintain the weight. That's the main reason we do so much cardio. Loek Hartog. Always focused, always sympathetic, always with one goal in mind.
Ein Werksfahrer, das war immer mein Traum.
Becoming a factory driver has always been my dream. Endurance racing, the DTM, that's simply my goal. That's what I live for. And the Porsche Carrera Cup Deutschland is the ideal start for that. Maybe next year I can say I'm a works driver. That's always been my goal. The goal is in sight. The race, too, of course, at his homecoming race in Zandvoort. He's starting here as the overall leader. He feels at home here, with all his fans and family on hand. It's the home track for his Dutch team, too. GP Elite is at home here. They know the track extremely well. The fans, of course, expect victories for the orange cars. It looked pretty good in qualifying, but a couple drivers will surely give them a hard time. Like he, for example, the Porsche Junior 2023.
The Dutch guys have a bit more pressure than everybody else. We are ready to fight, we are ready to attack, and hopefully make them fear their home race for the future.
But the Dutch driver Larry ten Voorde has got the best chances in race one, surely. He starts from pole position. Bastian Boos behind him. Then we have Boos' teammates, rookie Vincent Andronako and Harry King. Then it is time for the Dutch Armada. Maurice Schuring and Robert de Haan. And then on the next row, it's Loek Hartog and Hugh van Eindhoven. Right at the end of the field, we have Pro-Am, Holger Harmsen and Alexander Tauscher. Quite a surprise. Let's hear from him.
To be honest, so far it's been quite disappointing. Unfortunately, I was disqualified in qualifying, which means I have to start both races from the back of the grid.
5 lights off at Zandvoort. Larry ten Voorde then with a good start. Boos behind him, he has to fight for P2 with his teammate Andronako. And also the third allied driver, Harry King. He gains 1 position. So Boos now in a fight with ten Voorde right at the start of the race, of course, for P1, and he makes a move, dives to the inside. Wrong foots Larry ten Voorde. Larry ten Voorde not too happy about that, but Bastian Boos made the move and goes through to take P1. Hartog is already P4. He gained 2 positions. Now with this nice camera angle here at the Slottermacher box, no crashes, everything seems to be fine. This is a replay of Loek Hartog then in the Hugenholtz box behind Schuring, Andronako and King. Andronako gets into the dirt here at the steep turn and Loek Hartog can pass.
I got off a pretty good start and could also keep up well, but then things began to go badly after the first lap. The contact incident in the first corner was unnecessary.
Vincent Andronako gets turned around by Ariel Levy, Overhaus, Jones, Van Parijs and Köhler also involved.
I spun out in the first corner and then 30 other cars came from the front. I can't say exactly what was damaged and what didn't work. In any case, it looked bad.
We go on board with Leon Köhler, who can hardly avoid the crash. The tyre leaves its mark on the windscreen of his car. Another angle, Overhaus and Levy make contact and Levy pushes Andronako, who spins. Here we can see it from the Overhaus view. A chain reaction that ends the race for Smalley, Andronako and other drivers. The race is red flagged and according to the rules the race starts again with the original starting grid. It means ten Voorde again in front of Boos. Andronako missing, King, Schuring and de Haan the top 5.
I'm a bit annoyed about the restart after the red flag. Had a brilliant start, got Larry on the first lap and actually made quite a gap on the first lap. So pace looked really strong, especially in free air in the front. Again, in the restart, I got him in turn 1, but I was pushed to the dirty line, so I could not brake hard enough for turn 1.
So Larry ten Voorde gets his position back again. Boos in trouble but manages to stay on track. King behind them, Schuring, de Haan and local Loek Hartog. You can see Boos fighting to keep his car on track. He has to keep an eye on the guys behind him. Ten Voorde already has a small gap. De Haan is P4 at 16 years old, his first race in the Carrera Cup Germany. Now, Loek Hartog attacks his compatriot Schuring. He is on the inside line and pushes Schuring into the gravel. It's a hard move from him, but still within the limits. Schuring has to fight with Van Eindhoven and another one in the dust. Hugh van Eindhoven, can he keep it going? Yes, he makes it back on track, but loses around 15 positions. Now we're on board with Horst Felix Velbermeyer, also in the Dutch gravel. Zandvoort, a difficult track. Velbermeyer with a little rallycross action. Now, we go on board with Harry Jones, behind Theo Overhaus on the start-finish straight. Jones to the right, Jones to the left. Can he overtake? No. It looks like Overhaus and Cordeal will be able to stay in front of the Aussie driver. Theo Uverhaus is the leader in the Rookie Championship. He won 3 out of 4 races so far. Leon Köhler is a veteran in the Carrera Cup and he's right behind him. The Huber racing driver, very experienced, but the season hasn't gone the way that he planned. Back with Jones, driving for Scherer Sport PHX. Carrera Cup experts may know it under its former name of Phoenix Racing. He's in the slipstream behind Uverhaus. Can he use it in turn 1? No. He makes a mistake and has to take the exit and find his way back, losing some positions. This is a nice shot. Robert de Haan, filmed by Harry King. King, of course, won the first Carrera Cup Deutschland race at Spa against de Haan. Let's hear from Harry King.
I had good pace. I had to defend for a few laps from the car behind, which ultimately gapped me away from the front 2. But once I disposed of them, I got a gap and I was closing up. So yeah, happy with the pace. The race was pretty calm for me after that, which is always nice. But looking forward to some action tomorrow.
On board with the Belgian driver Gisela Cordiel in front of Leon Köhler. Köhler tries to find a way to overtake, but the rookie defends his position. There's no chance for Köhler here, but still some laps to go. The Huber pilot, Köhler, knows how to drive a Porsche here at Zandvoort. 2020 and 2021 he finished the Carrera Cup season P3 overall. Cordiel, however, joined Carrera Cup Deutschland this season, coming from Carrera Cup Benelux and has got everything under control. Very good driving skills from him. Leon Köhler is unhappy for sure. He really wants to win the title someday, but unfortunately it won't be coming with these results. Now let's have a look at Jonas Greif. He is losing water, and his teammate, Pro-Am driver Georgi Donchev, does not have a chance at saving the car.
I let one of my teammates by, and then his car was spilling water, so I spun. Yeah, and the rest is history, you know. So I had to finish at the back of the pack because I had to let everybody pass.
That means a big chance for his rival Soren Spreng. He's the best Pro-Am driver today and closes the gap in the championship.
It was a very difficult race. I had a lot of battles, landed in the gravel twice straight away, the red flag, 2 starts. But all in all, it went well, and I was able to finish the race in first place in the Pro-Am standings.
Larry Tenforder is leading the race. The local is on his way to win his 25th Carrera Cup Germany race. Boos is still behind him, the Porsche Junior with his best result so far in 2023. Tenforder wins the race. 5 races, each of them on the podium. The Dutchman with very good chances to win his 3rd title. Today, though, he needed some help.
I got lucky with the red flag. The situation allowed me to restart. It's already hard to overtake here, but still it was an awesome race. It means a lot to win here on the Dutch home track. Larry Tenforder wins his 25th race in the Porsche Carrera Cup Deutschland. Teammate Luke Hartog only manages 5th on Saturday. Best Pro-Am is Soren Spreng, also a member of the GP Elite team. He is followed by Ahmad El Shihab and Michael Essmann. Hero of the day is Robert de Haan, with his first start in the German Carrera Cup. With a 4th place finish, he secures victory in the Cup Newcomers category ahead of Ghislaine Cordiel and Janis Diak. They're, of course, extremely happy. It is just so cool to get a trophy for once and spray everyone with champagne. I'm just very happy with the car and with the whole team. The rookie in the Fast One Make Cup is just 16 years old, one of the Porsche young talents. Once again, there was a perfect program lined up for them, this time right next to the racetrack, team sports on a sandy beach. A round of beach volleyball, it seems like the natural thing to do here on the beach in Zandvoort. Beach volleyball on the North Sea beach. Blue sky and sunshine. What more could you want? The young drivers give it their all. 4 against 4, team against team. In the end, we're all one unit. We all have the same passion. We all have the same goal. So a little bit of team building like this does help in the end. You get to know each other better and just have fun and switch off. 4 against 4, and for once, not everyone against everyone else. Even though everyone here is still thinking about winning. 2 in particular appear most gallantly here. Becoming a volleyball player is not for me. I think 2 can be recognized quite easily, even without a shirt. As a race driver or as an athlete, you always want to win no matter what you do. That's why the drive to victory is the focus here as well. The Porsche progeny on the beach at Zandvoort, as the coach watches very closely. There is a group of 8 drivers every year. Each group has special features of its own. It is difficult to compare them. All in all, it's another strong group again this year. A strong bunch of the young talent in 2023. It's always about winning and accumulating points. Sure, they fight, but in the end, you're happy when you win. Great fun on the beach next to the racetrack, where one has long ceased being a junior.
My name's Harry King. I'm 22 years old from the United Kingdom, and I race for Allied Racing in the number 19 car. The season started in the best possible fashion with a pole position and a win in Spa. This was a very special moment. My first race for Allied Racing, and we scored a win, which was big relief from my side, but also big satisfaction to repay the team with all the hard work that we did over the winter.
A perfect start to the season for the Brit, whose path to motorsport was not a typical one.
Yeah, it was completely off the cuff. None of my family are involved in motorsport, but my father has a passion for racing, and that initially drew me to Formula One. Of course, the dream of Formula One was never realistic, and when I was 12 years old, my father brought a go-kart for my older brother. That's how it all got started. I saw it in the garage one day. It wasn't getting much use, and I thought, this is my time to have a go. And it all was just a bit of a hobby at that point. It never was very serious until we got selected by Porsche in the UK as a junior driver, and it all sort of accelerated this program through Porsche. I now find myself doing the Porsche Mobile 1 Super Cup and Porsche Carrera Cup Deutschland this year.
Harry King is a former British Porsche junior. In 2020, he took the champion's crown in the Porsche Carrera Cup Great Britain. Last year, he won the Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux. Now he's racing in the more powerful Porsche Carrera Cup Deutschland and is naturally one of the favorites.
Yeah, we're in their back garden here at Zandvoort Circuit for round 3. Yeah, lots of Dutch drivers, a lot of quick Dutch drivers, so I'm sure they're all keen and wanting to impress at their home Grand Prix, but we'll try our best to make that not happen.
Harry King drives for Allied Racing. Teammate Bastian Buus, the current Porsche junior, is also one of the title contenders in the Porsche Carrera Cup Deutschland, which adds even more incentive for the 22-year-old Brit.
I would definitely say I'm ambitious, I'm hungry and I'm motivated in order to be the best. I don't think you often see somebody coming second place and who isn't very happy with it, and that's kind of my personality, and that's the way I'm tuned into this sport. So as long as it's winning, then I'll be happy.
A strong newcomer to the Fast One Make Cup, someone we'll be hearing and seeing a lot more of this season, like right now at Sunday's race in Zandvoort. Get ready for race number 6 this season. But before the start, the track is warmed up with the race cab. Lauren Heinrich, last year's champion and current DTM driver, assumes the cockpit. It's time now to get down to business. Of course, the braking points always come later than you realize. Usually when you think, I've been on the brakes for a long time, he does it all the time. That's really cool. Fast laps around the track and through the dunes in a speedy Porsche, allowing the race taxi to drive dizzily. He went straight into the irons. That was actually the most badass. Then landing in the slopes and then the accelerating out of there. That was an uber experience. The street version 911 and a race car driver head out for a quick spin. Then it's immediately off to the autograph session in the paddock. That's the way it should be. The autograph session here is for all the fans, which is really super cool. It's a real party here. There are many spectators here. Everyone is having fun and the best weather. We're here on the beach. Really cool. A crisp 30 degrees in the paddock as the fans endure long lines to get up close with their favorite drivers. Janis Diak. Just the feeling that you can simply talk to everyone, have a quick chat is pretty cool. At the autograph session in the Porsche paddock. Always nice to experience the fans signing autographs for them. They're always very happy. Makes me happy too. The fans are also happy about the 6th race in the Fast One Make Cup. They're anxious to see the drivers back in their cars and ready to hit the track by the sea.
Started P3 today. Yesterday managed to came up to the P4, P1 rookie. So just an amazing feeling to end up with this result for my first Carrera Cup German race.
On pole position, Larry 1040 again before the hot race. I think the heat has more trouble with me. I always turn it around, so it's all good. I'm a cool guy.
Now let's see what the guys can show us today here at Zandvoort. The cool guy 1040 again on pole position, Bastian Buus from Allied Racing alongside him. Robert De Haan on P3, an amazing job from him so far. Harry King right behind him. They had a nice fight yesterday. Then we have Alexander Fach and his teammate Moritz Schöring on the third row. Row 4 is Loek Hartog and Vincent Andronako. Will he have a better race today? We hope so. All set for the second race of the weekend. Great perspective here. The starter getting ready for the start procedure, and we go racing. A great start from Larry ten Voorde. Bastian Boos directly under attack from De Haan and King as we go into turn 1. King passes De Haan. Schöring, Fach, Andronako, Van Eindhoven, Levy, Jones and Köhler, the top 10 at the moment. On board Alex Tauscher, who had to start from the last position. He sees that Ahmed Al-Shahab and Jonas Greif make contact. Now that's a puncture for sure. On the right, we can see that Greif lost his tyre and he goes right into the barrier. Hard impact for him. The race is stopped again.
Then came Al-Shihab. At some point we were side by side, as it always happens. You're out of the slipstream at some point. There was a pull, and then in my opinion there was a blow from the left. But I haven't seen any close-up videos. I don't want to blame anyone for the accident.
I am very sorry about what's happened with my friend Yunus. For the race, I don't have any mistake. I am stay in my line straight. He coming, and it's normal to touch each other. And the tire for me and him, he touched together, and they have puncture also, and it's happened, the accident. I hope so. This is last accident for me and him, and for all drivers also.
That means a restart behind the safety car. Larry ten Voorde stays cool, keeps Boos behind him. No changes at the front, but Schöring and Hartog are fighting for P5. Schöring passes Hartog on the inside line. Hartog, though, he will strike back, but he gets into the gravel and drops back down the order. That's it, with his dreams of a podium here at Zandvoort, and that will cost him a lot of points in the championship as ten Voorde is in front. A disastrous weekend for him. Bastian Boos seems to have recovered from his start of the season, which was anything but ideal. He's in second place, but behind him we can see this fantastic fight going on between De Haan and King. Now, as you can see here from this onboard shot, De Haan is in front. He has managed to get by King, and it was a bold and audacious move. Let's take a look at it. So there you can see the Dutch sensation showing a great performance, overtaking Harry King, and therefore is on his way to the podium. The order now is ten Voorde, Boos, De Haan, King and Andronako. 3 allied cars among the top 5. Huber Racing's Leon Köhler is behind Lucas Oertel at the start-finish straight. Luca Rettenbacher watching from behind. It's a classic move from Köhler in turn 1. He slips through, but Oertel is not yet defeated, and Rettenbacher joins the party as well. They go 3 wide into turn 3, and Rettenbacher is in front of the pack. What a move from him. He overtakes both. Nice one. Oertel is now under pressure from Janas Stiak. The 16-year-old driving for ID Racing has a very, very good debut season so far, and he finds a way to overtake. Looks like Alex Tauscher can also pass Oertel. Yasin Ferrati and Theo Uverhaus fighting here. This is the group right in front of Rettenbacher, Köhler and Stiak. Uverhaus is the best rookie so far, but here at Zandvoort the Dutch rookies have an advantage. Glenn van Parijs is with them. Now he attacks Uverhaus, who defends his position, and Van Parijs in the gravel. It's no top 10 for him today. Leon Köhler is now right behind Theo Uverhaus. Is he going to try going into turn 1? Yes, he is. And his manoeuvre is ultimately successful. It's P14 for now. Come the end of the race, he will finish P13. So still quite some work to do for him and his team. Let's take a look back at the front of the pack, though. And Boos is right with Larry ten Voorde, but he cannot find a way by him.
It was the maximum for today. I felt like I did a perfect race, not really any mistakes. Unfortunately, Larry did the same, so we'll come back after the small summer break and fight even harder.
Larry ten Voorde wins at Zandvoort again. A double victory for him at the track where he learned everything about racing.
Unbelievable to win here. The work we've done since the last race weekend has really paid off. To finish first twice is great. Congratulations on the double victory at Zandvoort. He's again the leader in the championship. Harry King and Loek Hartog finish in second and third place respectively, but the big surprise of the day is probably Robert De Haan.
Amazing race. Like at the start, I lost P3 back to P4, but then fighting with King basically the whole race, got the move done, and yeah, just really happy that we finished the car on P3.
The 17-year-old Dutchman is also the best rookie, ahead of Vincent Andronaco and Harry Jones. The trophy for the fastest Pro-Am goes again to Søren Sprang. For me, it was much quieter compared to yesterday. My competitors behind me were hassling each other the whole time. Because of that, I actually had a relatively free ride. Therefore, not much happened, except at the start, which was a bit tumultuous. The restart was also a little bit turbulent, but the rest was actually free driving. The Porsche Carrera Cup Deutschland at Zandvoort. Selfies with the overall winner and lots of euphoria for the other drivers on the podium. The Fast One Make Cup now takes a short summer break and will start again at the beginning of August at the Nürburgring. Then it's back on the track for the rest of the 34th season with 12 more races to go. So, much more is coming soon in the Fast One Make Cup.